Okay, kids. Your dad and I had a little chat and we agreed that it's finally time you get a pet. So what do you guys want?
A little brother.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie, but that's not one of the options. It's either...
A dog.
Yeah,
A dog?
sure, I'm good with
Okay.
that.
Okay, that's more like...
1 week later.
Well then, a cat it is.
I grew up with two adorable little fur balls called Virgulino, or Lampião, and Maria Bonita, named after two folk heroes in northeastern Brazil. But as their names are a bit long, they have received a few nicknames over time to better get their attention. One we call Yaya, or Yayi, while the other were called Lino, or...
Lionel, out of the way, brother, for this is my story to tell. Lionel's my son. It's only fair that I do that. So when he was very young, on a hot summer's day, my poor baby, Lionel was walking around the backyard when he stepped on the sewer drain. Oh! Which after accumulating the power of the sun burned the poor little Lionel's paw. It was very painful. And since Lionel was my responsibility, because he was my son.
Excuse you, he was our cat.
Some would just only call him a cat. But I know he is my son. And that's why I had to take care of his little paw. Because of the name Lino, Lionel had a sweeter ring to it. And I needed to call him something to treat the pain when I was rubbing my poor baby's paw. That, ladies and gentlemen, is when Lionel Richie II was born.
And here I thought that Lino was just the English pronunciation of Lino. As the father, I feel pretty...
No. Lionel is my son. Was my son. And we did plenty of stuff together. One day, I was just chilling, watching a YouTube video about the cat swimming. You know, there's a cat that likes to swim. And I thought, maybe Lionel likes swimming. But he just doesn't know because he hasn't tried it yet. So I grabbed him, bolted to the swimming pool, and threw him into the water. Lionel was not pleased, but he could, in fact, swim.
It's funny to me that you threw him into the pool. You really like throwing the cats, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, once upon an evening, when we were watching Star Wars, you left the couch, so I decided to take over. When you returned, I refused to give the seat back to you, saying, "Quien se fue a Sevilla perdió su silla." So you grabbed Yayi and threw her at me.
You and your trauma.
You literally scarred me for life!
I didn't scar you, the cat scarred
And
you.
worse, you used our beloved cat to do so.
Did someone mention Yayi? That's my cue, right?
Is it just me, or is it get a bit cramped in here?
Yes, I agree. Now, how about some room? Yayi was always a cautious adventurer. She loved her freedom, roaming around the neighborhood as she pleased. But one night, she encountered someone who would change her life forever. An alluring and charming young kitten we call Romeo.
Romeo was the neighbor's cat.
Yes, and he and Yayi must have had quite the passionate little adventure, as a few months later, Yayi came to my bed, wanting to spawn her kindred. I tried to get her out of my bed and into the little cat house my dad and I had made for them. I thought it was dark, private, and cozy enough, but Yayi decided, no, I'm giving birth right here, right meow. The stain may still be there, but I helped her deliver 4 adorable kittens. Totally worth it.
One of which I wanted to name after El Zorro, as he had this beautiful obsidian fur.
Sadly, we had to give those away. Our house was already at capacity.
I mean, yeah, 2 furry little rascals is already a lot to take care of.
That's right, they kept on getting in the way of my knitting. They wanted to play with the needles, not even with the yarn, but playing with the needles, as I was trying to get back at knitting by making these very simple egg covers. And they just love those needles, boy. I thought that cats liked yarn, but these guys, they were going for the needles.
Lino and Yai have been with us for a long time. Sadly, Lino passed away last year at the ripe old age of 15. He was pretty sick for the months leading up to it. I remember his passing quite well, carrying him right out the front door as he passed, as if he had left our house for the last time and entered the gates of heaven. My last words to him were, "Never doubt that you are loved." He had been suffering through a lot, and it's something I tell him often as I give him his meds. I mean, this cat did save my life.
Hey, hello, our lives.
I'll get to that later, but because of this, of course, I had to pay tribute to him in some kind of way. And one video isn't enough, so I made this other one about his life, detailing how he lived. So, rest in peace, buddy, and never doubt that you were and are loved.